Hair restoration clinics in Nashville, DN. Hair restoration clinics provide treatments for those suffering from baldness or hair loss. The treatments are designed to induce new hair growth. Traditional treatments include hair plugs, Neograft, and Artos hair transplant, to name a few. Top Nashville hair restoration clinic procedures. 1. Hair plugs. Older man with Nashville hair plugs. Hair plugs are no longer as popular as when they first appeared on the market. Other hair replacement treatments are more effective and more in vogue now. In fact, most transplant surgeons consider hair plugs an outdated treatment for hair replacement. The procedure required a surgeon to use a large punching tool to remove rows of tissue in small round patches, from the back of the head or areas of the head unaffected by hair loss. Holes of a similar size would then be created in the transplant area, bald areas, where the grafts would be introduced. 2. Neograft. A neograft hair transplant differs from hair transplants of decades ago. It's safer, and gives permanent and more natural results than hair plugs. The procedure is quite costly, not recommended for everyone and is not suitable for people with hair loss from a health condition, and generally speaking hair transplants are suitable for those with permanent baldness as opposed to male pattern baldness. 3. Artos hair transplant. Artos hair transplant, hair restoration near me. Artos hair transplant is a system which uses physician-assisted robot technology to perform follicular unit extraction, FUE. This technique involves the harvesting of individual donor hairs which are then meticulously placed in the affected areas to stimulate new growth. This hair transplant treatment is solely suitable for treating hair loss in men with black or brown straight hair diagnosed with male pattern baldness. About 6 to 10 months are required before seeing any results. Artos hair transplants are more costly than Neograft. How to choose the right hair restoration treatment. There are many contemporary treatments to choose from when it comes to hair restoration. It is no longer necessary to undergo expensive and complicated surgical procedures in order to restore hair growth. If you are in Nashville and you're considering hair restoration, call us and we'll discuss which treatment is the right one for you. How much does the average hair restoration cost? Hair restoration varies depending on what you get and how much you get. The price ranges from around $5,000 to $20,000. Our hair restoration procedure can rival the best transplant in the world at a fraction of the price and the time it takes to see results. Does a hair restoration procedure really work? Yes. You will absolutely see new hair growth, thicker and fuller hair. However, some people have better results than others. Who is not a good candidate? If you're entirely bald, you are not a good candidate for hair transplants. What is the best kind of hair restoration or hair transplant? The best on the market is considered to be fouet, where your hair is surgically transplanted from one part of your head to the other. However, our new hair restoration procedure can rival this even at a fraction of the price. Does hair restoration last? Hair transplantation is considered to be permanent, however, the transplant has to take root and sometimes can fall out. Once the follicle roots it lasts. How much will 3,500 hair grafts cost? $4 a graft is pretty common pricing, so 3,500 would cost around $14,000. Remember, our procedure is different and will cost less than half of that. How much are 2,000 grafts? Some surgeons charge more if you get less grafts, so 2,000 grafts may cost around $10,000. Is it possible to go bald after a hair transplant? You can still lose your non-transplanted hair and it is possible to thin and need new areas transplanted in the future. Grafts take 5 to 9 months to fully take root and sprout and turn into your natural hair cycle. What if you don't have good donor scalp hair? Can you take hair from other parts of the body? Hair can be transplanted from anywhere, but if you're not using scalp hair, which is the best to use, chest or shoulder hair is considered usable, though will most likely be odd-looking. How much pain will you experience with hair restoration? With our procedure there is very little if any pain at all. With a traditional, surgical, hair transplant, there is local anesthetic so you don't feel anything. However, you can be a little sore or itchy afterwards. Where is the cheapest place to get a hair transplant in Nashville? We have no idea who offers the cheapest hair restoration, however a better question would be who offers the best bang for my buck, or value?